Hey, what's going on, fellas? Happy Wednesday morning to you. Hopefully you're doing well. Day's off to a nice little start. Feels good to be sitting back in here with you guys. Obviously missing yesterday. Yeah, love talking sports and talking some sports betting with you guys along the way. Let's make sure we, of course, go ahead and recap Monday, and we'll go ahead and we'll, of course, recap Tuesday as well. And then we'll talk some soccer today. And then we've got some baseball slate. And it's a good Wednesday, so you love to see that right there. Hopefully I sound okay. Obviously coming at you guys from the new house and new setup. It sounds echoey a little bit, but hopefully it does sound good on your end. And we just got to put together this room, get things hung up, and then I think obviously everything will be smooth once we get to there. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Brian, love your energy right there early, Brian. I love that, man. It is Wednesday, my man. Hope you're doing well, Brian. Let's go ahead and throw up that recap there on Monday. As you can see, Monday was a nice little day, scooping up 2.72 units. Did there with your Queedy under 17.5 ounce. That was our fourth straight day of cash in a bet in a Rays game. Okay, maybe what are they, like 20-4, so maybe it's not too difficult to cash a bet in a Rays game, but we continue to do so, picking up a good plus money cash right there with your Queedy under 17.5 ounce, and he didn't even make it through the third inning. He got absolutely rocked by just a really good Rays team right there. Suarez and Henry, though, both staying under their K prop. Hot damn, that one felt really good right there. A good plus 181 cash. Suarez was super sweaty. He wasn't getting strikeouts early. He was getting hit. And then it changed to not getting hit and then picking up the strikeouts. And thank God that manager didn't bring him out for that sixth inning. His pitch count was getting up there. I think it was around 80 pitches. But the way he settled down, you could see a scenario where he gets trotted out there for that sixth inning. And in doing so, maybe he picks up that sixth strikeout. But he only went five, and he only went five strikeouts. And Henry, he only got one strikeout. That wasn't even never a sweat. So that one just felt really good. Braves F3 run line. Told you guys we're trying to play that angle when Strider's on the mound. God damn, Strider is so good. Although Strider was good all game, right? He took a no-hitter, I think, into the seventh or maybe into the eighth inning. Did he take that no-hitter? So, yeah, he was on his game right there. The only trip up there was that Guardians F5 team total. Look, Austin Gomber's ERA was 12.12 going to that game. He pitched a good game. Just tip your cap to him. So, good job, my man, right there. Let's go ahead and throw up yesterday's recap where we did get a little bit of that money back. Leicester and Leeds over 2.5 and both teams to score. Heartbreak right there. Really a heartbreaker. I don't know if you guys saw, but Leicester had a goal disallowed in the first half due to offsides. They had a goal disallowed in the second half due to offsides. Leeds had a few chances there in the dying moments. Marco and Bamford both had an opportunity late. VAR got us, and then just chances that just didn't quite miss. So, a little unfortunate right there. Rays F5 team total. Okay, give Garcia credit. He buckled down on those Rays last night. Actually, the whole damn team did. We know that Astros have a good bullpen, right? That's part of our justification of taking your Queedy on under his out props. But, boy, Garcia kept it going, kept those Rays bats silent, quiet. And then obviously the bullpen chipped in right there and a good shutout win for those Rays. That happens. Tigers F5 team total, and you guys probably saw it. Cole responded to my tweet. Has that been the greatest gem in 2 years? Has that? Okay, you got your Zach Greinke, maybe you got some other things, but when you see the Tigers up against a left-hander, and when you can find a gem on a team that's not even going to win 60 games, and you get that kind of hit rate, Tigers against the left-handers, what a great hit that was. We got it at minus 125 too. Same thing as last year. The books don't put any respect on the Tigers' name when they face a left-hander. All right, I'll keep collecting that money. Love to see that right there. Rangers F5 team total. That came through in dramatic walk-off fashion as they got a home run in the top of the fifth inning, I think it, or maybe bottom, whatever. Top, bottom, whatever. Who cares? We got our money, right, fellas? Cubs F5 team total. That one hurts. That one hurts because we know we talk about on Payoff Pitch how lines come out late on Cubs games when they're at home because they want to see with the weather. Well, PointsBet was giving it to you at 2.5. So I was like, all right, well, if they're at 2.5, DraftKings will probably be at 2.5 too. Well, by the time DraftKings came around to putting that line out, they got reports that the wind was blowing in, and DraftKings opened it at 1.5 at minus 125. I will always take one less run for a little bit of juice in baseball. Go figure. Over 1.5 cashes, but over 2.5 doesn't. So I'll take the loss on that one. I mean, I guess I was rushing to get that bet out, but that being said, more times than not, we're always on the right side of these bets, and it's in our favor to go ahead and get them out as fast as we can. But that one bit us in the ass, and if we do the 1.5 on DraftKings, we get a cash and we get profit on the day. So that one hurts, and I feel sorry, fellas. That one definitely hurts. So my apologies on that one, fellas. I'd say we won't make that mistake again, but that always pays off for us, though, jumping on the line. So that's just a little unfortunate right there. So, all right, Adrian, we're going to go ahead and try like hell to make some money. It is Wednesday, as Brian saw, so we're going to do it. Tim, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well, Tim. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Love seeing you here in the morning. Rays crushed your heart. Yeah, the Cubs what crushed my heart. And you got the Cubs at plus money. You shared that on Twitter. I don't know how Bovada's giving you that at plus money. How the hell is Bovada giving you the top 5 offense in the league at plus money for 2 runs in the first 5 innings? That was a gem. Like I said, if I did, I almost sent a tweet out making over 1.5 units a 2-unit play to not cover the loss if the 2.5 unit one didn't hit, but you can't give the Cubs at 1.5. You can't give the Cubs at 1.5. You can't do it. That offense is too damn good. And Blake Snell sucks. He's not a good pitcher. He's going to strike you out. That's all he's going to do. So, guys, what about the Premier League today? We got a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and talk this Premier League. Obviously, everybody's talking about the title decided right here between Manchester City and Arsenal. We all see that game going the same way. I don't think anybody's willing to pick Arsenal on the road at the Etihad to go in there and get a result. Not willing to me. You guys see on Tuesday's recap, we got $4.82. I'm going to go ahead and use that right there on every game in the Premier League. This is a free roll. You will not see this on the recap if it loses. This is a free roll, but I for sure encourage you to come along for the ride. I see both teams to scoring in Forest and Brighton. We've talked about them between the posts. When do you want to back Forest? They are a great home side. Great, relatively speaking, right? I mean, they're not overall like this great side, but when they're at home, that's when you can get the confidence to back this Forest side. I think they score a goal. Brighton coming off 120 minutes in the FA Cup semifinal. I really think Forest is going to score at home. I think Brighton's going to score on the road because Brighton's a better away side. Go look at their form. They've been better on the road all season long. So I see both teams to score there. I also see both teams to score in Chelsea and Brentford. We know how Brentford is on the road. They are not a good road side in terms of preventing the opponent from scoring. They concede a ton on the road. I know Chelsea's been struggling, but this is a good spot against a Brentford team that concedes on the road for Chelsea to score, and we always love Brentford's fire attack, so I think both teams will score hits in that one. West Ham, Liverpool over 2.5. Not only is Liverpool clicking, but West Ham has turned the corner. They are now scoring, and they are now contributing to overs in their game, so give me over 2.5. And in the Premier game, the one that everybody's going to be watching at 2 o'clock today, Haaland, he's going to score for Man City. And in the process, I think Man City is going to go ahead and beat Arsenal. I don't know if they do it by a margin, how big, I don't know. But Haaland will be the guy. He's going to score, and they're going to beat him. So, again, this is a free roll. I'm going to go ahead and play every game today in the Premier League, and that's how I decided to do it. Of course, I would do these, as single bets, but there's not a ton of juice really on any of them. Obviously, maybe that over 2.5 is a touch juicy, but the other ones are right there. But yeah, I'm just going to stick to baseball. And I mean, obviously we did a soccer play yesterday, so I will still certainly do soccer plays. I don't know why today I felt like maybe it was because of that goddamn profit boost. Maybe I got sucked in by the profit boost. I don't know, but I was just feeling a parlay today and feeling that $4.82 I wanted to go ahead and use up. So that's how I'm going to do it. Is Man City going to win and over 1.5 at minus 120? I think so, man. I think they're going to get 2+ goals. I mean, at some point, Arsenal, if they're down 1-0, Adrian, you're going to feel good holding on and over 1.5 because a loss is detrimental to Arsenal because City has 2 games in hand. So Arsenal can't lose. So if you're holding on to the bet that you're proposing and it's 1-0, Arsenal is going to go for it in the last 10, 15 minutes, and City probably picks up one on the counter. So I think over 1.5 is a good look. I put over 1.5 is definitely a good look. So, all right, that's all I'm going to do it today. All right, let's go find ourselves a Hockey Squirrel. Come on back here in a few minutes. Let's talk some baseball. I've already tweeted out a few bets if you want to give those a look on Twitter while I step away for a couple of minutes. Otherwise, I'll talk about those bets, break those down, and, of course, add to some more. There on the payoff pitch. Good morning, fellas. Feels good. Hell yeah. All right, hang tight. I'll be right back. Hey there, everybody. Welcome on into the Wednesday episode here of the Payoff Pitch, where we're live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, powered by Bet Openly. Head on over to Bet Openly, where you win more and lose less. We've got the Hockey Squirrel myself here to break down today's MLB slate. How's it going there, Hockey Squirrel?
Hey, trying to get set up here. I don't know why I'm like so off center on my camera.
Dude, I don't have, I got quite a mess over here. Do I sound echoey?
Maybe just a tad. Not too bad though. I mean, I can still hear you real well.
Gotta get some stuff on
Hey,
the
did you
wall to
notice
pick up
it?
some
It
sound.
brought me,
Huh?
it brought me right into the frame today. That's different.
Yeah, it is. The software is being cool today. So, hey, man, it's my first day of the season to be a little bit unprepared. I was unpacking boxes till about 11 o'clock
Oh
last
boy.
night. It was up early this
Yeah.
morning unpacking boxes. You know how it is when you go through a move. So, I've got some bets. I've got some things to share, but certainly not as prepared as I would like to be. And, but
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna
happens.
say the same for myself. Not that I'm not prepared, because I am. I have everything here written down, but um, I gotta be honest. If there's a day that you're gonna miss, today's not a bad one because the value that I'm finding is few and far between. Um, you know, so listen. I'm gonna recap the last few days here because I know we didn't have the show yesterday, and
Okay.
Monday went very. Let's see. Monday was the first day that yes. So my last 2 days. Monday was the first day that I really employed, or yeah, well, let's say employed my new model
Right. Yeah, you were talking about
for
that.
MLB. That whole, you take all the batters, all nine batters of the lineup, and you pit them against the starting pitcher, and you calculate all available relieving bullpen players, and you factor in the ballpark and the wind and all this stuff and what league the game's playing. It's a lot of work, but it's been doing really, really well. I made 4 units on Monday, and I think close to 5.5 last night. So
Ooh.
that's almost a 9.5 unit shot straight up. So that's been very nice. I went 8-3 last night, and I think 8-5 on Monday. So been a lot of heavy underdogs in there as well. I
Okay.
found a prop that was so mispriced in NHL last night. I had it at minus 300, and I got plus 110, I think.
What?
And
Wow.
it was for a hockey player to go under 2.5 shots, and he got zero.
Ooh.
So that was great. So yeah, dude. I mean, I'm just I'm doing well. I find it. I don't want to say it's funny because it's not, but like it kind of. I don't know what the word is. I find people where I have a service, right, at hockeysquirrel.com. You can purchase a membership to the Discord, and I'll have people that don't win for maybe, 2 weeks or 3 weeks sometimes, or, maybe it goes a month or two, a month and a half. You have these 2, 3, 4, 5 week stretches where you don't win sometimes. And it's hard to keep going. And I get a lot of people that freak out, they've lost some money, and they drop out, they quit. And it usually is immediately after people quit that boom, this winning streak takes off, and then they quit, and then they're looking back like, oh, like, everything that has happened in the last 2 days has put me up 9.5 units, where I was just down like 10 units. And so somebody was freaking out because they lost 10 units and they quit. And so
It's the ebb and flow,
if
baby.
they would
It's
have
the
just,
ebb and flow.
yeah, one or 2 days flips everything around. So, I guess if there's advice I have for you is, well, not you, but the viewers, is if you're losing, if you're not having a great time of it, evaluate what you're doing. Be honest with yourself about what you're doing. Are you making smart plays? Are you disciplined? Are you restricting yourself? And if you're getting good numbers, if you're beating the closing line, if you can have a quantifiable edge that you can actually measure, then just keep going with it and you will
Yeah.
be fine, I promise.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But dealing with the losses is certainly hard. I'd love to hear you're hot because everybody got a profit boost over on Caesars. I want to tail your best bet with one of my profit boosts. Kind of,
Yeah.
kind of just out on bets and don't obviously let that profit boost go to waste. So let's can't wait till we get to coming to a stretch where we get to hear your best bet is. Let's go ahead and kick it off here at around the bases. That's of course where we like to take a couple games and break them down. All right, in Fuego, what are you kicking off the show?
uh, well, Yeah, I mean, so I have this whole sheet here. I've been doing it by hand because I think things commit to memory a lot better when you do it by hand. I mean, I know I have technology and I can just, input a bunch of crap and whatever, but it really helps me with, remembering pictures, remembering all this kind of stuff.
Taking
So,
me back,
um,
Squirrel, to my days of taking spelling tests as a kid. The weeks I used to write out every word 5 times, I would spell them all right and get 100% on that quiz. Yeah, no, that's a
yeah.
real thing. Anyways, go ahead.
Um, so yeah, that's what I do here, and I keep getting this insane projection. I felt insane the last 2 days because I took the Texas Rangers and the Cincinnati Reds to go over in both of those games, and I remember, I took it here on Monday and I gave it out, and I took it again yesterday, and in both of those games I got 13 runs each. And the craziest part about it is that my projection for those 2 days was 15 runs, and I got 13 in both games. And I'm gonna ride it out, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the over once again in the Rangers and Reds just to finish it off. And I've already won two out of the three going over. Let me look at and here's the crazy thing is that the, really, whoever the pitchers are, it's John Gray and Graham Ashcraft today, but whoever the pitchers have been, when you have a projection that high just for the teams in general to go over, it hasn't mattered that much who the pitcher is when you're getting a total of 9 and I'm projecting 15. It's just
Yeah.
kind of crazy. But and I feel nuts, like no pun intended there being a squirrel, but I do. When I come to you and say, hey man, this thing's telling me 15 runs is expected, you're thinking, no way in hell. And then 2 days in a row of that, and it actually pretty close to came true. So I'll go ahead and I'll take the over once again and just back it for the whole series.
I am seeing, you just said over 9. Is that what you said? I am
Oh yeah, sorry.
seeing five. I'm seeing
Yep, I
five.
have.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'm seeing 5 of the 6 sports books I have available to me are showing 8.5. So jump on it. It looks like those will probably go to
Yeah,
9 soon. So
yeah,
hop
I
on it.
saw I lost some value. I got minus 105 for over 9, so it's a little bit better. But yeah, if you can get 8.5, is it at least juiced to the over at 8.5?
They're all minus 120. Every book is at
Okay.
8.5 minus 120. So that makes me think it's going to go to 9 soon. So I think that's why I'm telling people, if you like it, jump on it, because that 8.5 is going to go by pretty quick.
Sure.
All right. Well, I want to kick it off here with the Royals taking on the Diamondbacks, and man, I really wanted to just unload on this spot here with the Diamondbacks. I think I'm just going to be stuck here trying to fade the Royals. Ryan Yarborough is pitching for the Royals. He's a short inning guy. He hasn't been pitching to start off games. He's been coming in after the starter, but now he's going to start it. But we don't know how long he's going, and that's what kind of makes me a little bit nervous. He's a left-hander, which is what I like, right? Because the Diamondbacks are really stinking good, versus left-handers. They're hitting 288, they're slugging 450, and their OPS is 765. So I just can't commit to how long he's going to pitch. So that makes me then flip over to the other side and say, well, what are the Royals doing versus right-handers? And they're hitting 199 against right-handers. They're bringing no power to the plate at 273. And they're getting ready to face a guy in Zach Gallen who hasn't given up a run in 3 starts now. 3 straight shutouts. He's gone 6.2 innings pitched at least in all 3 of those. He is absolutely on a roll. So I'm going to fade the Royals and say through the first 3 innings they don't score a run. So basically I'm sweating a NRFI every single inning. Which is already a little, not sweaty, but just a little, I can already feel my heart racing that I've basically given myself 3 Nerfies right in a row. But boy, is Zach Allen on a roll. The Royals are struggling mightily versus right-handers. It's an absolute dream matchup. I'm just going to focus one time through the rotation. So I'm going to take my first ever F3 team total of under 0.5. This is an absolute hammer spot if you knew how long the starter here for the Royals is, because the Diamondbacks should feast in this matchup. Massive hitting advantages, massive bullpen advantages, and a starting advantage, but you just don't know how long that starting advantage is going to last, unfortunately. So, all right, that's what'll do it for me in that game. What's another one for you?
I think I'll roll with my. I kind of like this in around the bases. I did this on Monday. I think I gave out my best projected over and my best projected under. My best projected under on Monday was the Houston Astros, and who are they playing? The Rays? Or
They're playing the Rays, yep.
yeah. So I didn't get it on Monday, but I took the under again yesterday. I got 5-0 Astros win. So That's not where I'm going today, though. My best projected under is actually in the Nationals and the Mets. I think I have 5.87 is the projection, something like that, and you can get under 8.5 is what I paid, minus 120. Um, as far as pitchers go, I don't remember.
Gore and Senga.
Trying to, yeah. So whatever. I mean, again, I'm all numbers. Really, it doesn't matter to me too terribly much anymore. But that's just, from the model's perspective, the best projected under is about 5.8 runs. So you could reasonably expect about 6 out of those 8 to happen.
That's a
Hopefully.
nice little discrepancy. You got a good little, even a little bit of play room. I mean, you could have 2 extra runs and still hit an under. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to look at this Padres game where they're taking on hometown team here, Chicago Cubs. I'm going to fade Michael Wacha in this spot, and how can you not, right? I'm going to fade him. You could fade him from his outs perspective. You could fade, whatever. But I'm going to fade the strikeouts. He's just not getting any strikeouts. He's had 4 starts. He's gotten 2, 10, 3, and 3. And welcome to face the number 1 team in Major League Baseball that does not strike out at 16.8%. Again, that is number 1. That's why we like their team totals, right? Because they're putting the bat on the ball, and you put the bat on the ball, you give yourself a chance to score a lot of runs. So it's one of the reasons why I love their team totals. And you could look for their team totals today. Maybe that bet comes up a little later. Wink, wink. So, but for this one here, though, I'm going to take Michael Wacha under 4.5 Ks. I think I did it at around, I don't remember what I tweeted earlier. I'll get the price up later. But, yeah, under 4.5 Ks. Just running into a really stinking good Cubs team that doesn't strike out. Going to put the bat on the ball. This guy doesn't have any strikeout stuff. So, Michael Wacha under 4.5 Ks for me. Time to shut up and pitch. Got any pitching props?
This has happened a couple of different times recently in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks maybe. We've seen a completely brand new pitcher and they get this really low strikeout prop. And if you go under it, I don't know the exact, I'm just saying off observation. You and I have both tried this and it's worked out. I think pretty much every time we've done it. Today you get Luis Medina coming up for the Oakland A's, and somebody I'm unfamiliar with, coming straight out of the minors. I just looked at his minor league game log for this year. At least he's pitched 3 games, and I think he went like one strikeout, 4 strikeouts and 6 strikeouts, something like that. Today in the big leagues, though, you get him at over under 3.5, and you can get under 3.5 at plus 120. It's a low strikeout totally, but you have the chance of, number one, nerves get to him. He doesn't pitch well. He gets crushed, things like that. And depending on, how long of a leash they give him on a debut, I don't necessarily know. But at plus money, he's projected to really only do about 1 strikeout. So, and that in terms of numbers could be because you don't have a ton of data on him and all that. But, how does minor league convert into MLB is kind of the question there, but I do think that there's an edge at under 3.5, plus 120 for Luis Medina of the A's to not get strikeouts.
Okay, love that right there. I'm going to take one of your guys. Aren't you a Kikuchi fan, if I recall correctly from last season?
Yeah, Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, but he was on Seattle Mariners before.
Yeah, before he was. Yeah,
I'm going
to take your guy to go over 16.5 outs. I think he's in line for a nice one. He's had 2 straight starts in which he was able to cash this, and those were against the Yankees and Rays. Now he's going up against the White Sox. And remember last season when people kept taking White Sox F5 team total or full game team totals against left-handers, and we didn't do that around here because they stopped hitting left-handers last season. They're not hitting left-handers this season. How about dead last in major leagues with 81 plate appearances, so the nice sample size at 81. They're hitting 113. Let that roll off your tongue. They're hitting 113 versus left-handers. This isn't the 2021 White Sox guys that are just crushing left-handers. This is 2 straight seasons now where they're just struggle versus left-handers. Again, 113. They only slugged 239. Hell, that's no power. Hell, I got a better chance of bringing more power to the ballpark tonight than those White Sox at 239. Strikeouts, they also strike out a ton at 30.9%. 30.9%. So you ain't hitting. You got no damn power. You're striking out a ton. They're obviously struggling overall. Hell, they're trying to avoid the sweep. Kikuchi's on a nice roll again. Cash this one in 2 straight. Yeah, give me Kikuchi over 16.5 outs today. What's another one for you?
Okay. Over 16.5 outs, do you know how many innings that would be? 3 times 5
he
is
needs
15,
to
so
go
he'd have to go.
5.2 innings at least. 5.2.
Oh, okay. So my expectation or the expected innings for him to go is 5.105. So you're right in there, pretty close. So might be a bit of a sweat there, but that's just the projection that I have in my data model. Is I do factor in the expected innings because you have to in order to understand how many singles, doubles, triples he's going to give up, or expected walks, expected home runs. You have to know how long he's going to be roughly in the game, so you have to have that projection as well. So 5.1 innings is how deep I have him going in the game. So hopefully that extends a little bit further, and I'm wrong, but it should be right in there for you.
All right, good. Thanks for that boost of confidence. You got another one, or do you want me to just throw out another one?
I don't have another pitching prop, no.
Okay, all right. I'm just going to throw out, and I didn't bet this one. Which guys can actually say, they've actually messaged me on Twitter. They could say, yeah, when you run through your like menu, I can totally tell like when it's a lean and when it's an official bet. Here's a lean. I'll just throw it out.
Oh,
How can you not like the Steven Matz to get a lot of strikeouts against the Giants? This is like always a good angle. Striking out at 31.2%. They're always around 30%. This is a great angle always. You can take Steven Matz over 5.5K. It's just too juicy for my liking at minus 145. I'm not willing to go there, but it's the Giants at 31.2% K rate, so it's a good one right there. All right, fourth inning, we call it long shots. We like to give a dog today that can get some damage done and provide you with a good plus money cash. Who's your favorite dog today, Squirrel?
it's ugly. It's ugly as hell. I've taken it. I think I just took it yesterday, and it got murdered. I
Okay.
waited until. Well, I think I have two of them, but they're both scary. I don't like either of them from my like just fan perspective, but from numbers, that's how I bet. So I've been waiting on the large dogs until first pitch because, like yesterday, I had the Boston Red Sox and I took them at plus 130. If I would have waited till game time, I would have got plus 140. At one point, they were up 8-1. I felt great about that. There was a grand slam towards the end of the game that made it 8-6, but I still won the game regardless. So, I burned betting the underdogs too early. The first one I had, though, I believe was the Chicago White Sox, which, let me see. I have them priced at plus 138, and I think they were like plus 161,
Mm.
wasn't it? Or something around there. Let me look. Yeah, they're plus 170 now. Yesterday they were plus 160. So that's what I'm saying. If you wait on those, but I do like that just how it grades out anyway. They should be an underdog, maybe around plus 140, but certainly it's a little too much. You get this Blue Jays favoritism and whatnot.
For sure.
Easier to go against a really good team like the Blue Jays, like the Yankees, the Dodgers, all that. And we talk about that a lot on the show. The other one I think was they would be going for a sweep. I think it was the Detroit Tigers, right?
Ooh,
I
like
think
it.
they've won the first two. I had the Tigers on Monday and I won that at a plus 141. Yesterday they won, but I didn't bet it.
You
They're
didn't bet the
currently you can get
Tigers
them.
against a left-hander? What, dog? What? I thought you were paying attention with this damn show. 2 years. You didn't bet the
Yeah,
Tigers against a left-hander. Holy hell.
no, but it was because I had them at the same price that they were at the book, so I didn't see like massive value or whatever. But yeah, today you can get plus 175. I have them plus 150, so there's a 25 cent discrepancy there in that game for myself. So those are the two underdogs I like, but I haven't bet them yet, and I'm gonna wait till game time probably or close to it. Um, let's see. If I Yeah, yeah. I was wondering about the times of the game because I saw that we have some 11:30 and noon games here. So, but it's not either of those. That game's not till 12:40 for the Tigers, and the White Sox are playing. Oh, the White Sox are playing at noon, so they are early games. So yeah, maybe well, within the next half hour here, I'll probably be looking at betting those.
Okay. Man, you've surprised me on who your dogs were going to be today. You didn't like Sandy Alcantara, eh? I thought he was going to be one of your dogs. I mean, the Braves are hitting, if you want to call it hitting, they're hitting 198 now versus right-handers. 198 versus right-handers. Those Marlins are at 228, and they get Sandy on the mound. From a bullpen perspective, the Braves bullpen has just been atrocious lately. They got the second worst average. They've got the second worst BABIP. They're just god awful right now. Their FIP is up to 3.17. Their ERA is up to 6.2. They're not doing anything right from a bullpen perspective. You got Sandy on the mound, and you got Bryce Elder on the mound there for the Braves. So maybe it could stay low scoring. But either way, I can't see the Marlins not winning this game. So I like that one right there. And then other dog.
I don't know what the price is, but I'll tell you what I have, and that's plus 126 for the Marlins. Is that really in the vicinity still?
I'm seeing plus 135, random sportsbook. Just got one open in front of my face.
Sure.
So yeah, plus 135.
I'm sure it's probably gone up a little bit, because if I wasn't interested in it yesterday, then it probably was pretty close to the price that I had. But
yeah, man, with how much the Braves are scuffling and now facing Sandy, I think that's a great dog. The other one I really liked when I was looking at the board is I like the Pirates against the Dodgers again. I think this one's going to be high scoring. I think it does go up over 8.5. You got two bullpens that are massively struggling, but that's fine because they're both struggling. And from a pitching standpoint, you got Gosselin making his season debut. Contreras has been decent at times. I still just feels low or high scoring. I'll take the dog at plus 120 in a nice high scoring game. So I like the Pirates and the Marlins today.
That's a good one.
Favorite dogs.
That's a good one because where it opened, I think, was about plus 110 for the Pirates. I have it as a coin flip. I have it plus 100, minus 100, either way. So by the time you add juice, minus 110 or whatever. So yeah, I mean at plus 125, can you get something like that? Plus 120? Yeah, I can get 125. I would take the Pirates well before the Dodgers there, and the total I have at 9.2 runs on average.
Okay, so you got a touch closer. I think yesterday there was like 15 or there were absurd amount of 14, 15 runs yesterday. There was a lot of runs yesterday.
Yeah, I had the over yesterday in the Dodgers and Pirates game. I took the over. That was one of my plays. I didn't pick a side though.
Yeah, today could be the day maybe to pick a side. All right, fifth inning, keep swinging. Admittedly, I got nothing today in this category. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. In terms of just guys that have had the best results comparatively to their plate appearances, is Paul Goldschmidt against Anthony DeSclafani. He's got 14 hits and 27 at bats. I mean, that's unreal. So that's batting .519. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we've mentioned Sandy Alcantara. There are a couple Braves that look decent. Marcell Ozuna has 7 hits off of Alcantara and 16 at-bats. So not too bad there. And then Ronald Acuna Jr. Comes in a little bit worse at the same 7 hits, but 25 plate appearances or 25 at-bats. So Marcell Ozuna or Paul Goldschmidt is probably where I'd go in terms of batters. But, man, Goldschmidt's awesome, isn't he? Him and I think I like Nolan Arenado and what?
Nothing. I'm just remembering the time when last time I bet on Goldschmidt and he took my cash. But yes, he's a beast. He just took my cash last time I bet on him to do something. So he couldn't hit Madison Bumgarner the game when everybody hit his ass so much that he got DFA'd. He's not even in the majors. Yeah, Goldschmidt's the one player that day that couldn't hit him. Ugh, makes me mad. Makes me mad. You know what? That Ozuna guy, that could be sweaty. You're on TikTok like I am. That trend where people upload like some message and it's like the guy that's just hanging around is that black guy and it's like, oh, what are you doing? It's like, oh, nothing. I'm just hanging around. You know what I mean? You know that guy? He's got like real big baggy eyes. Anyway, somebody uploaded one where it was Ozuna and the caption said, like Ozuna like at the plate and it's like, what are you doing? It's like, nothing, just hanging around. So Ozuna may have great numbers, but without looking it up, that TikTok makes me think that he's got a really crappy batting average in the current recent realm. You haven't seen that TikTok trend? It's all over. It's hilarious, this guy.
No, I don't spend a ton of time other than just I go on to like upload my videos and stuff and I get a couple of dog videos or something, and that's about it. So.
Couple of dogs. Okay. All right. I pressed for time today, fellas. I didn't do any keep swinging today. What's a steal? What's a steal for you today? What's your play there?
Cool. I'll give you a steal. That's not my best bet because you're gonna take my best bet. So I'm gonna keep the best bet for the next inning. I'll say that I like Padres from a numerical standpoint. Again, I have them at minus 121. They came out plus 105. I don't know what I was thinking to not bet it there. And then they went to minus 110 before I went to bed last night. So I was pissed because I already missed 15 cents of value. So that'll quickly make you not like something when you're getting it 15 cents worse already.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right before the show, or as we were starting the show, I did see that it dropped down to a minus 105. So if you can find the Padres at minus 105, and I've got them 121 projected anyway. I try to find differentials of 15 cents between my projection and what the sportsbook has on money lines.
Mm-hmm.
And on totals, I try to go about a run and a half of differential. So if I have it projected at 9.5 and I can find it over 8, generally that's a good bet. So I'll say it's a steal to take the Padres, though. I know you had gone against Waka there, right, to not get strikeouts. I think it was
Yeah.
one of your pitching props. And oh man, let's talk about Drew Smyly in his last game. That
Yeah,
that
that was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
perfect game, the
Yeah.
perfect game got ruined by the catcher jumping on his back.
Oh yeah, I did see that clip. Yeah, on the little grounder up the third base line. Yeah. Another guy where I thought he wasn't going to perform well, and he stuck it to me with almost a complete game, perfect game thing. Yeah, I'd say I took it under some amount of strikeouts. Yeah, he gave me the big finger on that one. That was not fun. Did not enjoy that one. All right, so you like the Cubs today as your steal going against the Padres?
No, I like the Padres on the money line at minus 105. I have a minus 121 as the price. So
Gotcha. Okay. I actually don't have a steal. I don't have another category where I didn't have time to look up a NRFI or a YRFI, so I'm not gonna just throw one out there to throw
it's
one out
the
there.
yeah you are It's the here, you ready? It's the
Yeah,
Red Sox and the Orioles over 8.5. Just say that.
oh, that's my steal. Over eight and a
Oh,
half
yep.
and Red Sox Orioles 8.5. Deal.
Minus 105. Yeah.
Put them right there.
Let's see. I want to look at where it is now. It's still there. It's still priced at 8.5 minus 105 roughly. But that's one that I like. I'll tell you, I have
I mean, the
10.66. So I have a 2 point discrepancy
I'm wondering what the
in
price
that.
of the
And
NRFI is in Marlins Braves. It's minus 130. Braves can't hit right now. Marlins generally don't hit. That one's probably the best one of the day. Just scrolling through here looking. Yeah, I bet that's the best one of the day. Or the
I have that
Nationals
total at
Mets. I like that
I
one
have
too.
that total at 8.9 for the Marlins and Braves. It's at
All right.
8, so uh, you know,
Sorry,
but it's
fellas.
hard to take an over with Alcantara.
I know. I'll be better prepared tomorrow, fellas. Won't be up all night packing.
Oh,
Let's
you're
go ahead
good.
and get to our best bet of the day. I do have a best bet today, and I want to know what yours is
Sweet.
first, so I can jump on Caesars and tail this sucker with my profit boost. What is it?
It's the Philadelphia Phillies at minus 103. I don't know what the money line is currently. It's got to be probably pretty close. Oh, you can get it plus money now somewhere. Well, Bet Online offshore anyway has plus money. Plus 102 at FanDuel, plus 100 everywhere else. But yeah, you can get slight plus money on that. I have them as minus 120 favorites. Logan Gilbert against Taiwan Walker today. Phillies are at home. And here's something kind of crazy. I was looking into like what home field advantages are worth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's where you get the boost here today, at least in terms of my projections. So coin flip kind of makes sense, but then when you factor in home field at Truist Park, I think that gives you a little bit of a boost. I was not only looking at baseball. I think I'd have to look, but I think it's 4%, 3 or 4% advantage for being at home in the MLB. Just literally for playing in your home park, it's like a 3 or 4% advantage. And then I looked at NHL in the playoffs as well, and it comes out to about a 3% advantage to be at home in the playoffs. But a nice little tip is that the sports books way overvalue this, like way overvalue it more than the 3%. So you find a lot of value in the road teams in the playoffs in the NHL.
Wow, I can see that. I just don't see baseball having that big of a home advantage. I never thought like maybe this year actually though, because it is maybe a little bit quicker. I don't know. That's an interesting thing. All right, so I'm making the Phillies. I'm just taking
Yeah.
Phillies on the money line. Is that what I'm doing, Squirrel? For my
Yep.
thing?
You can get plus money. You can get a better line than I can. So if you have FanDuel, you can get plus 102. Otherwise, if you're offshore, check out Bet Online. Or how about Bet Openly? We forgot about them. Don't forget about Bet Openly.
We never forget about that
Uh,
openly. You wouldn't say anything stupid like that. I am crafting this up. All right, I'm putting it in my thing here. Phillies money line. I'll tell you what price I get on it. I'll tell you what I get.
I forgot to mention Bet Openly. Um, I'm looking now to see um, plus 109 on the Phillies is what you can offer at the moment. That's excellent. So
Perfect. All right, you're right. It is at plus money. All right, my best bet. I winked and said you could also take that Cubs F5 team total against Michael Wacha. It's at 1.5. I'm taking that every damn time. It's at 1.5 with this amazing offense that the Cubs have. So yeah, Wacha. It's juicy at minus 150, but I don't care. Sign me up for a Cubs F5 team total over 1.5 up against Michael Wacha, who's going to get shelled for his third straight start up against a top 3 offense in those Chicago Cubs. So no brainer bet for me.
expected 1.61 walks expected. So closer to 2. That's
Love
good
it.
for you.
Love it. Love it. All right, double play. We got to give these guys a parlay today. What's your parlay?
Uh-oh, this is the one I didn't make.
Okay.
Okay, how about like a very like even money, like 2 even money lines. If I go with the Phillies and the Padres on the money line, what would that give me? Plus 250, roughly. Would that be? I don't have a book open to know, but I would think I think that would have to be around like 250.
Okay. All right. What's my parlay gonna be? Man, I gave out a banger on Monday's show too. Those 2 pitching props at plus 181. That cash got a little sweaty on one of them, but man, what an easy one. I'm gonna do. All right, I'll do your Braves, or not your Braves, your Red Sox, Orioles over 8.5, and then I'm doing the Dodgers, Pirates over 8.5 at plus 257. 2 games I love runs in, so over 8.5 and Dodgers, Pirates over 8.5, Red Sox, Orioles. Plus 257 will be for me. Let's go ahead and throw those bets up then. Let's talk some rapid fire right here. See if we can't do that. Let's jump on here.
Plus 280 is what it was. I was a little bit low at my 250
Your guess?
guesstimate. Yeah, it's plus 280, so it's 30 cents off the top of my head. Not too bad.
No. All right, here are your bets. It looks like you're going to roll at least 3 here. I'm sure you've got plenty more to your Hockey Squirrel members, but you got 3 right here,
Yeah.
it looks like.
Yep, yeah, that's my best projected over, which is Rangers and Reds over 9 for the 3rd day straight. Got 13 in the last 2 days. Same 2 teams, same game, same matchup, just different starting pitchers and whatnot. And then my best projected under there is the Nationals and Mets. I have about 5.8, so roughly, expect 6 runs. You can allow up to 8 though, and then the Philadelphia Phillies being my best bet, so to speak, on the money line. So best projected over under and best projected money line for myself.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll with that Kikuchi prop over 16.5 outs. I'm going to go ahead and roll with Gray of the Texas Rangers over 5.5 Ks. Waka under 4.5 Ks. Royals F3, first ever. So make sure you don't do F5. Make sure you're doing F3 team total. Gonna be sweaty. I feel like I'm already sweaty. Just feel like I'm in the nature of the bet, but I love it a lot. Go ahead and do that Cubs F5 team total. That's going to be the best bet today. And then I'm hopping along on Squirrel's little Phillies money line, coming along for the ride. Let's jump in here and do some rapid fire. Let's throw it up here. You got Rangers and Reds. Over under of 9. Rangers minus 115. Reds minus 105. I disagree with you a little bit on this one, Squirrel. I like the under. I like Gray. I like Ashcraft. I like these bullpens. It's been high scoring, to your point. But I'm going to take the under here in rapid fire, under 9.
All right, I'd like to point out, the real spooky line movement there. I have Texas as a minus 125 favorite. They opened at that, and they're now even money. So, yikes. I guess I would back the Reds based on the line movement. There's no agreement in that line. So, I don't know why the line has moved. If there's any kind of injury news or something like that. I see
I don't know.
Corey Seager is out, Mitch Garver is out. for Texas.
Seager's been out. Who's the other guy you said?
Mitch Garver, that's a catcher. I'm pretty sure he was a Twins player a while back.
Oh, okay. Well, catchers don't really move the needle all that much for my liking.
So
interesting.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why the move, but I guess I'd go the Reds money line on top of my over there. But
Red Sox and Royals over under of 8.5. Red Sox at plus 110. Orioles at minus 130. Boy, has Tyler Wells kind of turned it around from what he did last season. I like the Orioles here. I like the over, but I also like the Orioles. What about you?
I have Boston at plus 113, so that would make Baltimore minus 113, right? Because when I make a projection, it doesn't include the juice that the sports books would have, so they're adding 10 cents on each side, so that would make Baltimore probably like minus 123 by their standards, and roughly even money for the Red Sox, I think. But anyway, I have plus 113, so if you're telling me plus 110, that's exactly where it should be. That's why I like the over. I have 10.5 as the amount of runs in that game, and I think I got 8.5 as the over. So
that over does look good. I agree with you there.
I like the over, and I had the over yesterday. It wasn't these two teams though. It was the Red Sox and who did the Red Sox play? It wasn't the Orioles. It couldn't have been. I don't remember who it was though.
I'm sure they played yesterday.
Right? Oh, it was those two?
Yeah, because it was Corey Kluber versus
Kyle Bradish.
Kyle Bradish, yeah. And
okay,
Red Sox,
and I had the over. Yeah.
Red Sox came out. I think unless it tightened up
like
late,
8-0.
The Red Sox crushed them. Yeah, they crushed them.
It was like 8-1, and then there was a grand slam at the end of the game to make it 8-6. But yeah, either way, I like the over the most in that game. So.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the over on that one too. All right, White Sox and Blue Jays over under of 9.5. White Sox plus 165. Blue Jays coming in at minus 195. I'm taking the Blue Jays on the run line. I'm that confident that Kikuchi's going to deal. And Michael Kopech, boy, he's really bad. I mean, he's going to walk probably 3 batters today, fellas. He's really bad. He's going to give up a lot of free bases.
I don't disagree with you that White Sox should be an underdog. It's just that I have them at plus 140. So if I can get them 165 or 170, that's where I'll go. Even though it's very ugly.
Yep. Yankees and Twins over under of 7.5. Yankees minus 105. Twins minus 115. Where the Twins win the first series since 2001. If I saw that tweet correct, first time since 2001. Can they pull off the sweep here against those Yankees?
Struggled. Yeah, it'll be a coin flip.
It looks like that on the score.
Have minus 104 for the Twins is what it came out to, and a low total, about 7.5. I don't know where the total's at, but that's what I got.
Total's at 7.5. I'm taking everything's a coin flip in this game. I mean, obviously the over-unders generally are minus 110, but the money line is a coin flip too.
Yep, so just skip the game.
I am taking...
If the Yankees get up to any more plus money, like, I don't know, if they randomly shot to like plus 120 for any reason and somebody took a big position on the Twins, I would for sure go in on the Yankees today.
I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over. I don't like these bullpen stats. I'm taking that over 7.5 is where I'm going to arrive right there. Rockies and Guardians over under of 7.5. Rockies at plus 150. Guardians at minus 175. This one was tough to handicap. You've got a guy making his MLB debut. I don't know what the hell we're going to get from him. We know what we're going to get from Marquez, but the Guardians can't do a damn thing. Hell, I think the Rockies won the first 2 games this series. They won obviously they won Monday night when we had that bet, and they got shut out. I think, did the Guardians? They didn't get shut out again yesterday. Okay, they scraped across the run. They lost 5-1. I'm gonna take. I just don't know this Guardians player, who the starter is. Obviously, I'm gonna take the under. Hey, Guardians can't do nothing right now. Nothing.
I didn't handicap the game at all because it was TBD all night for the pitcher, and then. Even if it would have come out today, even if I would have gone back and looked at the game and set a price on it, I might not have even had projections for a debut pitcher, much like the Oakland Athletics. I didn't even have projections for the pitcher in terms of pricing a full game.
Okay, so. Yeah, I hear you. They don't even announce their starter until late, so. All right, we got Cole in the comment section. He says his cousin's at Milwaukee today. He's going to see those Brewers take on the Tigers, so we got to give him a good one here. Over under of 8.5.
Let
We
me
got
tell you
Tigers
about
at plus
Cole.
175. We got Brewers at minus 205. Are the Tigers really going to pull up the sweep? They've got the better bullpen. This is why your cousin's presumably a
Oh yeah,
Brewers
it's
fan. He lives in Milwaukee. He's going to be disappointed with the stats. The stats say take the Tigers, just like Squirrel said in the fourth inning, take the Tigers. The stats say take the Tigers for sure. Can they get
yeah.
it done? This could be a good NRFI spot, though. Lorenzen settled down after his season debut. This could be a good NRFI. Peralta's on the mound. We know the Tigers struggle versus right-handers overall.
I have the full game total 7.5. Where's it at now?
8.5. Juice to the under, pretty heavy.
Oh, okay.
I think you could definitely take an under. Two struggling offenses. And the Brewers are struggling more versus right-handers than the Tigers are struggling versus right-handers, and that says a lot. Because we know the Tigers don't hit right-handers. I'm taking the under, too. And if you really want to piss off your cousin, tell him to sprinkle money on the Tigers' money line while he's sitting there with his Brewers jersey on. The stats like the Tigers, man. What a really good bullpen this Tigers bullpen is. Love AJ Hinch. So, all right, there you go, Cole. Royals and Diamondbacks with an over-under of 8.5. Royals at plus 225. Diamondbacks at minus 265. I don't know how the hell you back the Royals in this spot. Give me those Diamondbacks run line at minus 130.
Did you just say that the Diamondbacks are minus 265?
Sure, right. This random sportsbook it is.
Good Lord. I have them priced minus 177. So that's how you back the Royals, is because it's way off. This is why I say, everything is worth, let's see. Like everything's for sale at a certain price. Like you might not want to sell your house, but like if somebody offered you $5 million, like you would sell the damn thing.
No, I love making that joke. People, all this shit's for sale around here. Everything's around here is for sale. Come give me a price. It's all for sale. Hell, even the kids too. I can throw them in too.
Jeez. Yeah. I mean, geez. So, if I'm thinking the Royals should be plus 180 and they're plus 230 something.
And that is going to get bigger because everybody's going to see Gallen on the mound. If you like the Royals, don't bet that yet. Do not. I see first pitch at 240. Come in at 230.
Right. That's why
at 230 and grab that one.
That's why I told you, waiting on the dogs anyway. But yeah, I probably will end up on the White Sox and the Tigers and the Royals at this point. Yep.
What's a good let me ask you this question real quick. If I'm on bet openly, and I do want to wait to take the Royals because I like them, and I know that they're going to become a bigger dog, but I'm also worried that if I post a bet too long, somebody won't post it. Should I give myself an hour? 30 minutes? Like, what's too short of a time period?
Yeah, I mean, it depends also what time the game is being played. I noticed, just by using it a lot, I noticed that the most traffic is like right after people get off work, so like probably 5 p.m. or something, well, Central anyway, 5 p.m. Central. Usually you get a lot of acceptance there, but I even started offering overnight lines, like these overnight lines, and I wake up and they're all accepted. So, I don't, there's not a lot of times that I don't get a bet accepted. Sometimes I'm so surprised that somebody even did accept a bet that it's crazy. Like, it's so apparent that people don't understand what they're doing, because I can offer something at minus 120 and the line will have gone to minus 140, and I don't know if they're that desperate for action that they'll accept 20 cents worse, or if they're like, drunk or on drugs or what. But
all of it. All right, let's move over to this Dodgers and Pirates. Not me, obviously. I'm talking about those people on bet openly. Over under 8.5.
Yeah,
Dodgers
of course not you. Why?
Right. Dodgers minus 140. Pirates coming at plus 120. I like the over. I'm just going to stick to the over. I mean, yesterday's game, I think, was 8-7. The stats suggest that they're close in hitting. They're close in bullpen. Even though they're bad in the bullpen stats, they're close. I like the over. I'm just going to stick to that over.
Yeah, what was it, 8.5? Because I have 9.2.
8.5.
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh a little bit better now that they've moved. I think they're plus 125, and I have it as a coin flip game. So, I mean, if I'm getting plus 120 on a coin flip, I love it. Take the Pirates.
I think they are a coin flip. You look at the stats; they're about neck and neck across the board. So it does feel coin.
Oh, trust me, I look at the stats. Trust me, I do.
Yeah. All right, Mariners and Phillies with an over-under of 8.5. Mariners minus 120. Phillies coming at even money. We both know you like the Phillies. Let's roll on to the next game. Astros and Rays over-under of 8.5. Astros plus 105. Rays coming in here at minus 105. Rays aren't
I
getting...
didn't price it.
You didn't price
I didn't price the game. I don't know why. And pitcher must have been TBD.
Oh, it's that Calvin guy. They've now decided to throw a bullpen day with that Calvin Faucher, yeah, throwing him. So I am going. This game is going under 8.5. Still loving those bullpen. Both of these bullpens are really top 5. Loving them.
Yeah, I had the series to go under. I mean, I was on the under yesterday, and starting pitcher doesn't make that big of a difference, truthfully. Like in terms of statistics, more so on the money line than the totals, but.
This is where Patrick Corbin would say, "Hold my beer." Starting pitchers don't make a difference. All right, Nationals and Mets with an over-under of 8.5. I'm seeing Nationals at plus 170. I'm seeing Mets at minus 200. I am going to take those Nationals with Mackenzie Gore. This Mackenzie Gore guy is sharp, guys. If you haven't seen him, he's good. Give me those Nationals at plus 170.
Yeah, I'm not going to take a side. If I were to take the Nationals, they'd have to be like plus 250. I have them priced at plus 220, actually.
Okay.
But this is where I like the total to go under. Wow, I'm all like fuzzy.
Yeah, your internet's having a hiccup over there.
Yeah, I don't know. I got all like camouflage. I look weird. 5.8 runs is what I have projected there.
Rough day at the office there, Squirrel. You're taking a beating.
Yeah. Yeah. Holy hell.
All right, Marlins and Braves. Marlins plus 135. Sign me up. Braves at minus 155. Over under of 8. I mean, it would suggest an under, but I'm taking the dog. I'm taking those Marlins. Parlay the dog and the under, because that's what happens in Alcantara's. If you like the Marlins, might as well parlay with the under.
Yeah, I'll just take the Marlins.
Okay.
I'll leave the total alone.
We've got the Padres and Cubs, minus 110 up against minus 110 with an over-under of 8. And these two teams are not even. I can show you the bullpen stats. I can show you the hitting stats. Cubs do it all better. That's not minus 110 against minus 110. Go ahead and give me those Cubs at minus 110.
Okay, I'll oppose you and take the Padres.
Athletics and Angels over. Sorry, what?
Oh, I think it was minus 105. I was just going to include the price.
Okay. Athletics and Angels over under of 9.5. Athletics at plus 195. The Angels are coming in here at minus 230. We've got as you said, Medina making his MLB debut up against Sandoval, which outside of that one inning against the Yankees, boy, this guy has been sharp. He has been really stinking sharp. I'm going to trust the Angels. I'm going to trust the Angels on the run line.
Okay. I don't have a price in the game. I know the last 2 days I was on the over in the game, and I think it was largely due to the Oakland bullpen being as garbage as it is. Yesterday I missed it by a run. It's 5-3, and I had over 8.5. So I won one and I lost one. I probably would go with the over again, I guess, just based on prior knowledge, but I didn't price this particular game.
Cardinals and Giants over under of 8.5, minus 110 up against minus 110.
That's exactly where I have the games, 110. So I have the total at 8.5. I don't know. Is that 9 juice to the under? Yeah, I don't like anything.
Let me get it.
It's all priced correctly.
Let me recheck the bullpen here for a second. All right, Cardinals are going to wake up today. They're going to get a win out in San Francisco. I'm taking the Cardinals. All right, there we go right there. We do got a bonus question there in the chat, Squirrel. I don't know how many hockey games there are tonight, but you got any hockey bets or maybe anything you can share with Ed and company that are hanging out in the chat?
There's only 2 games, if I remember right. There's 2 games. It's the Avalanche at home against the Kraken. Here's the thing, though, is there was a so-called like a dirty hit, right, by Cale Makar. I've heard both sides of it. So he got suspended for 1 game. So they don't have their best defenseman in Colorado today.
Okay.
Kind of sucks, but I still think that the Avalanche win. I don't know. I have a futures bet on them. and the Oilers. I was glad to see the Oilers win last night. I also have a futures bet on the Rangers. All these are tied up 2-2 in the series, so it's a little bit nerve-wracking. But yeah, no, I'll look through some props later. Player props is normally what I do, but that goes to the members. I don't normally give those out. So if you're interested, though, I mean, we're on the upside, right? The upswing. We're starting to win here. 9.5 units in the last 2 days. You just got to ride out those swings, man. I know people join and then quit within a week or 2 or 3, and this isn't a 1 week deal. You're not going to make $1 million overnight. So now I'm turning into the Hulk, bro. Why am I going green all of a sudden?
Your camera, you gotta something's going on over there. It's quite funny. I've been watching you more from this scrambled looking thing to now this green looking man. It's been quite entertaining, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So
all right, fellas, that'll do it for today's episode here of the Payoff Page. We'll be back again tomorrow at, of course, at 11 a.m. Eastern Time to break down Thursday's slate here of the MLB. Good luck with your bets today. Hopefully you can ring that cash register, and we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.
see you later.